Hello, everyone. Welcome to the No Line Podcast. Today we have a special guest, Dr. Keiji Kobara from Japan. Keiji, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Philip.
Your presentation, here we are at Gambling and Risk-Taking Conference in Las Vegas, the first time in 4 years because of COVID.
Right.
It's usually every 3 years. But, you know, your presentation's interesting because the way you're doing responsible gaming in Japan is different than the U.S. And you have seen great success.
Right.
Tell us more.
Yeah. In the United States, people are doing great job, but in Japan, it's really different. About 5 years ago, there was no system and practically no hospitals or clinics to treat gambling disorder. So I want to make some system to give a treatment in everywhere in Japan. So only one great clinic is not enough, like one great 3-star Michelin restaurant in Ginza, sushi restaurant. Of course, sushi restaurant 3-point Michelin star is great, but practically nobody in the rural area in Japan can eat them. So I have to make them more popular, more everywhere.
So
That's
make
the idea.
treatment
Right.
available
Right.
to all, not
Right.
just to some.
Right.
And by the way, I love to go to the Michelin star restaurants in Tokyo.
Of
For
course.
all you watching, Tokyo
course.
has the most Michelin star
Right.
restaurants in the world, more than Paris.
Right.
And Osaka's not far behind. Osaka
Right.
and Kyoto are like number 5 and 6, so you know the food. Okay,
Right.
so you're making Michelin star quality treatment for responsible gaming available to all.
Right. Right.
How?
Well, I first, of course, I have to make my program first, but to make it dissemination and implementation is another thing. So I made my training course for the treatment program. So.
We should backpedal for a moment because in Japan, it's not that you have casinos like, say, in the United States, but you do have pachinko,
Right.
you have racing, horse racing,
Right.
you have other bike racing
Bike racing, bicycle racing.
that people are betting.
Yeah, boat racing.
When you're talking about your responsible gaming program, it's really being utilized for the type of gambling that is occurring in Japan.
Right.
And when you say it's been successful, how do you measure success? You mentioned that you're making it available to all. That might be one of the steps. What else are you doing?
Well, I got a research grant from the government and make it authorized. Yeah, the program is authorized by the government. Let's take this training course. And the people who took the training course is from the psychiatry. No. Mental health welfare centers people. Yeah, there are 69 mental health welfare centers in Japan, in all prefecture, in all government ordinance cities. They add up to 69.
So do each of the centers have an area for problem gambling?
Right. So, but these centers do not have the ability to treat the gambling disorder. So I made this training course and told the people, please take this course. It's free and the toolkit is free. So they took the course and prepared them.
So pretend I live in Japan and I realize I'm spending too much time and money pachinko.
Right.
How do I go about getting treatment?
Okay. If you look up at your smartphone and look for mental health welfare center, you can easily see which mental health welfare center is in your community, and then you call them, and they will give you the treatment course I invented.
Now the treatment course is universal
Right, and in Japan.
And there's a treatment course in person.
In person and in groups.
In groups, but it's not mobile phone. You are going in person.
Yeah, in
and
person.
Almost
in person.
meeting like with a counselor.
Right, right.
Now, Keiji, it's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you've developed a system that's working for responsible gambling.
Right.
And it's universal, and it's working. And the foundation of this, the inspiration, really started when you were 18, working in McDonald's.
Right, right. Exactly.
Okay?
Okay.
That's not Michelin star. No.
Yeah.
McDonald's is not Michelin star. No.
No, Michelin.
No, that's not Michelin star.
Michelin star.
That's just
of
McDonald's.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason it's McDonald's.
But you were working, you were making a Big Mac
Uh-huh.
the first time you cooked, but it gave you some ideas about systems.
Right, right, exactly. When I was university freshman, I was 18. My first part-time job was working at McDonald's, and I never cooked in my life when I was 18. I was hardworking, studying. But when I was 18, I went to McDonald's. I want this job, and in 15 minutes, I made my first Big Mac. And in that same day, I made about 100 Big Macs, and 100 unfortunate people ate them. Right.
Fascinating, right? When you really think about it,
Uh-huh.
that system is quite fascinating. Whether you eat hamburgers or not, if you can appreciate how that happens, how you could be a person who never cooked, and you can go in and start your job, and
Right.
within 15 minutes you made over 100 Big Macs.
Right. Because McDonald's has a great system. The instruction is really simple, and the food are processed beforehand, like pate or buns, or even the lettuce cut. So
Great.
the only thing I have to do is push them by the order of the beeping sounds.
No, it's fascinating because you are applying what you learned at McDonald's to a successful responsible gaming program.
Right.
And it reminds me a little bit of the book called Checklist Manifesto, I believe, by Atul Gawande, who in fact improved healthcare and reduced infection by applying checklists that we use in construction
Right.
into medicine.
Right.
So I think when people are watching or listening to this, and it sounds a little bit maybe foreign to them to think that how can McDonald's help responsible gaming? Maybe in fact, it's should trigger some ideas for other ways to approach this,
Right.
which brings us to this part.
Right.
You know Las Vegas. You've seen the success in Japan. We had Alan Feldman on the previous episode.
Right.
He mentioned some of the obstacles we're facing and some of the challenges. Progress, but not success. Just from your gut, research aside, not worried about offending anyone, what do you think the U.S. could do right now to improve responsible gaming?
Okay. U.S. people are really great. I saw a lot of great studies and researches today in this conference, but people are doing different things in different districts. So I think it's like Michelin star restaurants everywhere, but not enough. So I think if the people are united and make one simple programs and made them available in every district in the United States, there must be a more great situation for responsible gaming.
Great. Keiji, thank you. For those watching or listening, how do they reach you? Where are you located? Can you tell us a little bit more about where you're located and who you're working for?
Okay, I'm working for a Shimane Center, Mental Health and Welfare Center in Shimane Prefecture. It's a little bit about 100 miles north of Hiroshima. It's a very, very small prefecture, very, very small one. Yeah, but
Chisai.
Chisai. And it is most famous for Lafcadio for ghost stories.
Ghost stories.
Ghost stories.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Lafcadio lived in Shimane Prefecture about less than 2 years, but he lived there and wrote a lot of great stories. Yeah.
What a great place. Next time I go to Japan, I may
Yeah.
come check it out. It sounds interesting. Thank you, Keiji. For all those watching or listening, you're going to find links to Keiji's research and how to contact him in the description. Farewell.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the No Line Podcast, hosted by Philip Beere. For a complete list of past episodes, visit iTunes or www.nolinepodcast.com. That's www.nolinepodcast.com. The No Line Podcast is committed to responsible gaming. The No Line Podcast is a Philip James Media production.